guys, it's Anthony and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing part 2 of the types of teachers at school. So let's get started. So first up we have the lazy teacher. Basically, they're just kind of like, okay class, just work in your books, like they don't even do a lesson. They're just like, okay, open your books to this page and work independently. Like they don't even go over the answers at the end. They're like sometimes in previous years, sometimes our teachers of class work independently. Sometimes they will class work with groups. Sometimes we do the page and then afterwards we go over the answers, or sometimes we just write down the answers and then like she would they would explain the answer. um um they would explain the answer, like they would ask people to raise their hands and then they'd call on people and then they'd ask everybody to put that as their answer. That's kind of what lazy teachers are to me. I'm not saying every teacher like that's lazy, but if you never teach lessons, then that's definitely lazy. Next up, we have this social teacher. Basically, they literally want to be friends with their students. Like they like, and then they just talk, like what they did. They talk to their students, like what they did and all that. Um, yeah. Um, hmm, um, hmm. Oh, next up we have the storyteller. Basically, this teacher is like, they explain everything about their past life. Like, this day 5 years ago, or this day 10 years ago, this happened. Like, sometimes it's interesting and you want to hear it. Sometimes you just want to get to the lesson and actually do school stuff, not have the teacher talk for the entire class period. And then they're like, oh, I was too busy telling my story that I talked for too long and now class is over. Next up, we have the near retirement teacher. This is basically like the old teacher. And like, however, they're like 64. And this is like the, and then they're like, and then they're like, I am 64 or I am 65 years old and this is my last year teaching. And then you see them next year. Like, and then they lie about their retirement. They're like, I'm retiring next year, or I'm retiring at the end of the year. You won't see me next year. And then the students on the last day of school are like, I better not see you in August, or I better not see you in September. And then you see them in August or September. Next up, we have the overshare. Basically, like, they basically, this is kind of like the storyteller, except for you know how some teachers ask how your weekend is? Well, some, well, the teachers, some teachers, like, say what they did over the weekend. And sometimes it can take forever. Like, just let us tell our stories and then you can tell your story. Like, it doesn't, like, it doesn't need to be all about you. Like, a lot of people say the world doesn't revolve around you, and that's one of the instances where the world isn't all about you. You need to care about other people, because if you're just gonna spend the whole class talking, then it's not worth our time. Just like just like set a timer for yourself, but it's make sure um make sure other kids get to talk. Next up, we have the selfless teacher. Basically, this teacher puts the students before themselves. Like, they like buy extra supplies for their students just in case some students forget them, or if their stuff breaks or rips or gets lost or whatever. Yeah. Um uh oh, next up we have the substitute teacher. Basically, like, when the teacher doesn't show up one day, and there's a sub and everyone's excited because and some kids even th- some kids even change names. Like, I'll be this person and you can be that person. Like, they literally swap names for the day. And then the teacher's like, the substitute teacher's like, is there a so and so here? And then another person claims to be that person when they're really someone else. Yeah, basically, like, don't try to trick your substitute teachers. Bailey, that's basically it for today's video. I will make a part 3, but subscribe and have a good day.